This is about the Anne book, which I read last summer. Actually last winter for the first time, because we needed some music for the Anne show. And, well, I wasn't going to say Anne the dancer, which I could. Anyway, this is, after reading a trilogy of books, I came up with this song for the intro to her show. Sailed out of Nova Scotia on friendly seas to Prince Edward Island. She could hardly believe, after everything that happened, she would finally see the red hills and sunsets of Avonlea. Took a train to Bright River, and she waited patiently. Matthew Cuthbert saw her, but he doesn't see. She's not what they expected, but into her hearts she will be a kind of salvation, RN with me. Oh, and come with me, imagination running free. The past behind and the future brings you home to Avonlea. Her childhood days seemed everlasting, yet in her heart she knew when she married her Gilbert, her dream would come true. Oh, and come with me, your imagination running free. The past behind and the future brings you home to Avonlea.
So I thought, because we were specializing in chapter and verse and books, I would do an excerpt from Through Anne's Eyes. And the play, it's about an hour, and Rusty has, as you just heard, created a song and incidental music throughout. Anne had 6 children, and this part that I'm going to read, the excerpt, is during World War I, and a lot of people have just read the first 1 or 2 or 3 books, and there are actually 7 or 8 if you include Budge Wilson, a contemporary writer who got permission from the Montgomery estate, Lucy Maud Montgomery's estate, to write a prequel. So when I was compiling this show, which I did several years ago, I reread all the books, and so the premise is Anne is in her 60s looking back on her life. At this point, she has 2 sons that are in the war, at war, Jem and Walter, or about to go. Jem is about to go. And I chose this part because it's influenced by a book, and that's Robinson Crusoe. And Jem, as you'll hear right off the top, had a dog. He called it Dog Monday, because he was so taken with Man Friday, Boy Friday, Man Friday in the Robinson Crusoe books. So I thought, this is the part I'll include. Jem signed up for active duty. And when he was ready to head to the train, he tried to say goodbye to his dog, named Dog Monday. Jem had been reading Robinson Crusoe when he got the dog. Jem took him to the station, but then Monday would not leave. Shirley and Rilla went down to the station again to try and induce the dog to come home, but failed. 3 days after Jem had gone, Walter went down and brought Monday home by buggy and cart, by pure force, and we locked him up for 3 days. But then Monday went on a hunger strike and howled like a banshee night and day. We had to let him out, or he would have starved to death. So we decided to let him alone, and Gilbert arranged with the butcher near the station to feed him with bones and scraps from the shop. And one of us goes down nearly every other day to bring him more. He just lies by the shipping shed. And every time a train comes in, he will rush over to the platform, wagging his tail expectantly, and tear around to everyone who comes off the train. And then, when the train goes, and he realizes Jem has not come, he creeps back to the shed with his disappointed eyes and waits for the next train. One day, some boys threw stones at Monday, and old Johnny Mead, who was never known to take notice of anything, snatched up a meat axe from the butcher's shop and chased them out of town. Nobody has molested Monday since. Gilbert finally asked old Joe Mead to build a little kennel for Dog Monday in the corner of the shipping shed. We thought perhaps that Monday would come home when the weather turned cold, but he didn't. There he stays and meets every train. So we had to do something to make him comfortable. And Joe built the kennel so that Monday can lie in it and see the platform. I mean, he's grown quite famous. A reporter came from town and photographed him and wrote the whole story about his faithful vigil, and it was copied all over Canada. Somehow it comforted me. It's foolish, I know, but I suppose it gave me the feeling that Jem will come back. Or else Monday wouldn't keep waiting for him.
Lovely. A few years ago, I was feeling a bit blue. And so I decided to write a song, get a little personal. Usually my songs are a little more rock. This time I thought, I'm going to get personal. And I did, and I was sort of breaking up with this woman. And, when I played it for her, she went, that's a little personal, isn't it? I just said, yeah, like, it is. Anyway, we could never talk. Twisting and turning, you walk away. We can't talk anymore. Words have lost their meaning, out of shape, emotion of decor. All the promises you had made are scattered on the ground. We make our grand escape. We're not fooling anyone. Tossing and turning, we wake from our dreams, leave them tangled on the floor. Unsure of what's happening, this empty feeling, it leaves us wanting more. Some things have got to change to chase those clouds away. There must be a grain of truth hiding in this maze. Slipping and sliding, we head down the road, but life keeps getting in the way. It's hard to stand on our own 2 feet. The war of words is running deep. Nothing was saying can save the day. The love we had is faded. You just turn and walk away. You just turn and walk away. Well, it's not a happy song, but okay. Sometimes I'm going to read another little snippet from my little book I was going to put out with my last CD that I never got around to doing. They're hard to do, to write these things. Anyway, so this is a little. Sometimes a song can say it all. My teenage world was alive with Beatlemania and sidetracked by high school in remote Quebec. That's right, over there somewhere. The geeky Marine GI haircut I sported didn't help the dusting of freckles and pimples I walked through school with. My idea of life seemed to focus far beyond classroom walls, out the window in the hockey rink or basketball court, or at home, cocooned in the warmth of the basement, learning chords that would shape my life. The 18 years I spent on the Gulf of St. Lawrence did come with salty sea air across the streets and the bedroom window, views of whales in the springtime, and on clear nights, if the weather was just right, the sound of Boston AM pop radio. Nestled under my pillow as I fell into dreamland. Well, I'm ready for all this reading stuff. I mean, I'm used to having a guitar, like, you know. So
I think it's good for him.
this reading. Oh, who that? See that pensive look on my face there? Yeah, I was hiding behind myself, my true self, my sleeping self. This is a story about I was in and that's the way it went. Thank you. Okay, I will. Since you really wanted to hear it. Before the tunnel was built, I happened to be in London, and I was staying with my girlfriend at the time. I got a music royalty check from Virgin Records, and I was feeling like I wouldn't get another chance, so I thought I'd go to Paris. It was kind of like the spring, there was lots of storms and gales and stuff, And that's exactly what happened to me. Next morning, I saw my girlfriend off to school on her bicycle. I know what you're thinking. No, not quite high school. I was 39. She was 19. Musicians, right? Right. Anyway, when the train got to Dover, there was a gale warning, and I decided to climb on board anyway. And the crossing was a bit of a roller coaster ride. I spent it in the bar car, chasing my drink up and down, trying to keep it from spilling. These huge seas were we were just like, it was like a ride at a circus. It was just incredible. Anyway, by the time we got to Calais, I was ready to get on the train and feel that. And then, of course, the porter came by with the drinks cart. And then we became fast friends. I assembled some great French wine, and my Quebec French became better and better. And by the time we got to the Gare du Nord in Paris, I was pretty much toast. I made my way along the railing on the side of the cars there, the brass inside the car, and I fell out onto the tracks, in between the tracks and the train. Someone helped me up, and I went, boy, I'm really wasted. And that's the way that went. I walked the streets of Paris for a couple of days. I went to the Louvre, and I went to the side door, and of course it was locked, it's just, and I went, oh, it's closed. So I left and went away, bought a baguette and some more wine, and I made my way back to the hotel room. And I spent 3 days wandering the streets, eating croissants and doing all those things. And then I made it home the following weekend. And I met my girlfriend when she was coming home from school. And anyway, that song I wrote into a story on a CD many CDs ago called The Paris Train. It's, it was funny. I think it's funny now. I feel sad for myself, but I'm kind of happy that I'm here. Last time I went to Paris, I was sane, so to speak. And this song kind of tells the story of that. I was sane anyway. I'm holding on to memory, and I can't let it go. A midnight flight over the ocean deep to the lands of long ago. From the cold streets of Temple Bar to Galway on the coast, my history was always rooted here, generations long ago. But the great migration scattered us. But now we've come home. We danced the night in Bannerman, carved our names in the stone. I'm holding on to a memory, and I can't let it go. A midnight flight over the ocean deep in a green cafe in Amsterdam, looking at the menu on the wall. It awakened my flower child. I wanted to try it all. Later, looking up at the stars, swirling a Vincent Van Gogh sky, we danced the night out on the strand till the morning was gone. I'm holding on to a memory, and I can't let it go. A midnight flight over the ocean to the lands of long ago. Took a red train to Paris. Always wanted to go there. I climbed the hill at Moulin to see the artist in the square. Down below the city spreads out in a great big deja vu. We danced the last tango together, entangled in the blue. I'm holding on to memory, and I can't let it go. A midnight flight over the ocean deep to the lands of long ago. All right. That is kind of sad, you know? It's a sad story that I told before that, but you know, like, things have changed and things are getting even happier still.
Now, if we did a video of this next song, it could be done with all of you tonight, and we'd have Penny do your makeup. She's done mine. When I came up here, Rusty said, "I don't recognize you." I'm learning all kinds of secrets of the trade. Sault Ste. Marie, old hometown. Does anybody, oh no.
We might have some,
Here she is, oh. I'm like George Sand, I dress like a man, and I smoke the occasional cigar. The pale is Eric Satie, he's looking very natty in his velvet, his handkerchief and scarves. He's got his own religion, you can't go in his kitchen, he'll only read in salons and divas. Oh, everyone wants to be Bohemian, it's the latest thing if you wanna be in. Everyone wants to be Bohemian, they just don't want you for their next of kin. I stuffed Jane Avril, a model for the surreal. They say I'm jealous, but I'm not.
painted some spumoni. Critics said my art's baloney. I'll just collage them on the spot. I met Picasso, he's really such a you-know, but he had a unique point of view. He went through all these phases, he just paints quiet places. The critics rave and it's just cubes and blue. But everyone wants to be bohemian. It's the latest thing if you wanna be in. Everyone wants to be bohemian. They just don't want you for the next of kin. Seven, now they've all gone on to heaven, but they knew Algoma's where it's at. Rocks and trees and water, happy artists, happy otters. Yes, they knew Algoma is the tops. And Carl lived in a trailer and she rented rooms to sailors. She painted like no one ever did. Churches, trees and totems, boy, she really showed them. In Canada, Bohemia lives! Yes! Everyone wants to be bohemian. It's the latest thing if you wanna be in. Everyone wants to be bohemian. They just don't want you for the next of kin. No, everyone wants to be bohemian. Everyone wants to be bohemian. Everyone wants to be bohemian. But oh, not me. Me nine. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Bohemian.
All right.
I have a story about that song, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it beforehand, Michael Birch, because that song exists because of you inviting me here to, do you remember that? Yes. Perform at an opening Michael Devoni had at the Art Gallery of Algoma, and we decided to have a bohemian night, and Michael played bongos, and we did some wild dancing, and I wrote that song for that occasion, and I've had so much fun singing it, and it's all because of you, Michael Birch, so thank you.
Look at the time. I must pluck this little flower. Okay, it's back to the library song again.
We have two songs. Is it time to do two songs? Is that permitted? Okay, I just
Plenty
didn't
of
know if
time.
we were kicked out or something. So.
Plenty of fish.
Okay. Whoa! Some people don't change their ways. I looked for love for years, knocked on doors, it wasn't there, so I put my heart away. I found love of a different sort, the kind you find when you go offshore, the kind you find far from home. I used to wonder what makes the world go round. I want to think that it's something profound. I used to wonder what makes the world go round. I want to think that it's something profound. I put on my sailor suit, swore I'd sail till I met you, and now here you are. You taught me how to swim, I sung to you my favorite hymns, and now here we go. We used to wonder what makes the world go round. We want to think that it's something profound. We used to wonder what makes the world go round. We want to think that it's something profound. Left us free to roam, and so we did. Around the world in 80 days, oh, to outer space and back again, and now, oh, now we know, we used to wonder what makes the world go round. Something profound. We used to wonder what makes the world go round. Now we know it's a chemical compound. Round and round, oh, round and round. Love makes the world go round and round. Round and round, love makes the world go round and round. Round and round, love makes the world go round and round. Round and round.
We've extended our welcome.
Have we?
Have we?
Have we?
Oh, no.
We will finish with this song. My father, we moved to Sault Ste. Marie because my father was the first professor to be hired at Algoma University. He was a philosophy professor there. And previous to that, he had been a science teacher in Ottawa. So this song is sort of for him. He's no longer in this realm, but his ashes are in the little cemetery behind Algoma University, because that's where he wanted to be. So he lived to 99, and there he is. So I will be visiting him. But this is for Poppy.
For what?
My Poppy. It's sort of Spanish.
Oh.
Wait a second. I like to walk down the street, eyes peeled, not out of reach. High heeled, and I'm ready to go. See you against the wall. I want to know how your atoms fall. In love, or work, or play. I could talk science all day. Yeah. Up-oh, woohoo! Science all day. Up-oh, woohoo! Science all day. I like the stratosphere here, snappy currents zapping through the air. Me, I'm sliding on the Milky Way. It's laws that make me real, but it's just you that makes me feel like I time with you. Pi squared, hey, dinner for two. Ice capped, honey, let's have a drink. You must have something to say, or some idea how we could behave. Oh, let's not leave it to fate. Oh, we could talk and make science all day, yeah.
Science all day.
I like the Wi-Fi here. All the currents coming loud and clear. It's not rocket science all day. See you in outer space. Come on down, let's get face to face.